Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and it is time. It is time for us here on the beautiful Disney Wonder here in Virtual Sailor Next Generation to head to our final port of call. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching, actually I'm going to turn that off and drift. We are approaching Maui, our final destination. We actually thought we were going to be coming into some rain. It cleared up this morning. We had rain this morning on deck, but right now it is looking grand for our entrance into Maui. We are cloudy. Hopefully some of the clouds will break up during the day, but there is the mountain that I was talking about the other day. Halekelea. Butchering that, hate that. Here, tallest mountain in the world from seafloor to the tip, and we were up top and had an amazing time with it. So overall, very happy with our experience here. We'll have a lot to talk about. We don't have a long time until we get up here. I thought I started my video just a little bit sooner, but I did not. Actually, don't need something that drastic. Just here, just to get us pointed in the right right direction. But it's a beautiful morning here for approaching Maui, and this is our final day, believe it or not, here aboard the Disney Wonder. Unfortunately, tomorrow everybody wakes up and they go home. Guess what? We don't. We get to go ready for Australia. Of course, we do have a couple more things before Australia will happen. I do want to at least do one other video before then, and I think it's going to be Carnival Jubilee. You'll notice that I'm pretty sure what I did was these videos were not just coming out once a week anymore. I want to extend as much as I can the content, obviously, of Ship Sim, because I really very much enjoy the game. But you guys seem to be enjoying this as well, and waiting 10 weeks for this whole thing to come out, and especially when I'm trying to do the Jubilee closer to its inaugural sailing, which is tomorrow in real life. Want to keep that fresh. So we'll at least have the Jubilee, I believe, next, and then we will obviously be going into gosh, what else do we have? We've got Carnival Valor. We've got to get the Disney Wonder to Australia. We have Royal Caribbean. We have one of their vessels. We have the celebration and the Mardi Gras for Carnival as well. There's a couple princess cruises that we want to do. There's, what else? A private ship that we put underneath the line of Starline. That's there as well. What else? I think we'll do the other Disney ships as well. I'm hoping that Alex makes a Disney Treasure, so we can do that come next December. Of course, that's a year from now, so we've got some time. But let's talk a little bit about Maui. So, Maui was a cool place. Our excursion was in the evening time. And what was cool about that is it did give us the opportunity to explore a little bit. So we did get off the ship. We went to just it's like a main strip mall right in here. Come on, zoom work. Okay, definitely not just houses. Come over here. There's a strip mall here. Went to a couple places there. We were going to go and get Baskin Robbins because I've never had it before, but I was like, I wasn't exactly hungry to do so. You know, nothing like being an American on vacation and going to a chain, right? But overall, it was cool to be able to walk around. Again, it felt like an industrial port that you had to walk through. But we did get to walk around, look around. Our driver picked us up. Unfortunately, I cannot remember her name to save my life right now. I have it somewhere. But she picked us up in the afternoon and brought us up the mountain. And as we were up the mountain, we did stop at the Kuleo Forest Reserve, I believe is what it was. Before we went all the way up to the peak, we stopped. You know, unfortunately, the visitor center was closed. Danielle and I wanted to get a pin from everywhere, but because it was still so close to COVID, just wasn't open, which was really unfortunate. So we did miss out on a lot of those pins, but we did get to go up to the top of this mountain. What's beautiful about this is that there's a volcano. Well, at least has a volcano in it or on it. On the opposite side, so we actually got to see the crater and the walking paths, and people would stay down there in cabins and stuff, which was cool. I don't know if I would ever do it, but overall, I thought it was a neat experience. And we got to watch the sunset up there, which was very powerful for me because you really did feel like you were standing on top of the world. And I had one of those moments where I was like, you know what? This is something that very few people are ever going to be able to say that they were able to do. And I took in that moment. I took pictures, I took video, but I really took in that moment to be there with my wife, be there with my family, and just take it all in. I do remember that as a very fond memory. She told us a lot about the island. She told us a lot about the culture and their world. What was nice... How to put this? What was nice about this experience that she brought us on was she told us not just the good things, and this is what I brought up before about, like, you know, when I got to take private tour, I got a different side of it that I really enjoyed. She told us the bad side. She told us how the white people came, opened these buildings, you know, in these factories that was great at first because it gave work, and then it turned into violence, and then it turned into, once they were gone, the island had nothing anymore. You know, for years. And that sucks to come, rape and pillage, and then leave. So, that sucked. Ooh, a little break in the clouds. We can actually see the mountain up there. I will at some point, maybe prior, maybe we'll go up top. Maybe that's how we'll start our departure video. Would be up on top of the world. Again, it's going to be a late night, so maybe we can catch it before the sun goes down. But beautiful morning for sailing in here. How this approach works, let me show you. So this one's relatively easy. We go in. It is a pretty narrow entrance, and we will just be docking right here. That's it. When we leave, we'll come out, we'll back around, and right back out towards Honolulu. Like I said, this is our last stop for these people on this 10-night Hawaiian cruise. It has been an amazing cruise. We've had some very, very good weather. Been very happy for that. We've had a great bunch of guests on board. And I'm very excited to head to Australia, to be honest. I'm super, super excited just to... hold on. to do something new. Just because I haven't been able to do so. Let's see. All dates. Can I go back in time? All destinations. Huh, how did I get that then? Interesting. I'm just trying to figure out how I got the itinerary that I happen to be looking at. Not that you guys need to worry about it, but I had a very detailed itinerary here. But I seem to only be able to get... what's coming next, but I'm looking at this one. If I change something... Sorry, I know this is not riveting to you. You're just watching the ship come in, but I am attempting to figure something out. Nope, see, that doesn't work. Interesting. I like this website, too. That's unfortunate that I can't really get around that, can I? Oh, it's because it'd be a different name. Well, either way. It's going to be really exciting to be able to do all of this and to do it with you guys as well. I'm actually going to kill the engines now. I actually put a little bit in reverse because I know you. I know how long you're going to take to slow down. So there'll be that, that'll be that. Let's see. If I did that. Lame. It's weird that I can't find that. Either way, I will have to figure it out later. But, c'est la vie. It's going to be very interesting going off to Australia and New Zealand. Unfortunately, a lot of those voyages out there are just days at sea, so you will be able to see us leave from Auckland, you'll be able to see us leave from Sydney, you'll be able to see us leave from Brisbane. Unfortunately, we can't do much more than that. Just because the certain islands aren't out there. But yeah, coming right in, right around the breaker. We'll be docking right over here. Still looks like it's just a beautiful morning. Got the seagulls crowing like crazy. Just be ready to do that a little bit later. And again, another nighttime departure, so I'm very excited about that as well. What's very interesting is I wish I wasn't such a picky eater, because there were so many opportunities for some amazing food at some of these destinations, and I'm just a picky eater, unfortunately. It's just also cool to be able to see these mountains. It's just something different. I live surrounded by mountains, but it's cool to see other people's mountains. Coming around, keep it in idle for now. That'll be okay. That'll be fine. Looking good. Let's see. In, turn a little bit in the rear. Probably need a little bit of bow thruster as well to get us kind of pivoted around, because it is such a tight spot to get around. So we'll just start with the turn. We'll pop over. Once we get more of the ship in, we'll get ourselves turned towards the dock. Right now it's turning at a pretty good pace. Kick that up to about that. Plenty inside. Make sure that we're got plenty not to swing into, and that's fine. Keeping it straight and true. About 5 knots. That'll be, let's bring it down to about 4. I want to be able to make sure that when we get dockside, we're about 2. So I feel like I never win. We just play the game. We just don't get to win the game, right? You know what's also really funny is that I'm looking at this. Our next cruise is a 13-night, 14-sunset cruise from Honolulu to Sydney, because we crossed the date line. So that's really interesting. Unfortunately, I won't have anything to show you for the days at sea, and we're not going to be able to stop at a bunch of the islands, America Samoa, Fiji, New Caledonia. They're just, unfortunately, not in the sim. Bring that back to idle. Keep that there. Check other side. Still plenty clear. Check the map. Make sure there's no magical underground rocks. See, this is why I don't trust the maps themselves, because if we pop out here, we're plenty far away. So, you always got to be careful. You always got to watch. This will be our home for this morning. Very peaceful morning as well. That's one thing that I have to say that I loved about Hawaii. Even as we pulled in, it wasn't working ports like they were, but there was nobody else in there with us. So it was nice and relaxing and relatively quiet. Okay, straighten her out for now. In passage, great. Gonna slow ourselves down a bit. I also got a really good picture right here. This is the old mill, abandoned unfortunately. That was the money making for the island at that point in time. Oh yeah, she looks beautiful. It's gonna clear up later in the day. Should be a beautiful sunset from up on this ridge. So I'm actually excited to see that. So we may actually go up top, take some shore leave time, and actually enjoy the sunset up there. Yeah, we can actually go 2 knots. We got a little while to go. Kick it this way, but we'll watch the bow. Again, no crazy winds. That's nice, you know. We just become a big sail, and there's not much to protect us from the wind itself. Enough to protect us from the sea, but got to take in all of the factors. Trying to like remember, were you here? This step unit? No, I don't think you were. Honestly, I can't remember. I mean, I could pull up the tape and review it, but yeah. Okay, we're at 2 knots. That's kind of where I want to stay with that. We got the stern a little bit closer. I mean, you'd have everybody up on deck watching us come in. Again, we got one more trip tomorrow, and that's just on going to Honolulu. So one of those things that we'll have to just sit and enjoy. Yeah, because let's see, first day leaving Honolulu, be departing at 10 p.m. We got 1, 2, 3 days at sea. Sorry. 4, 5 days at sea, and then we'll be at our first destination. So quite a bit. Quite a long time. There's that. Yes, that's really interesting. Day 8 doesn't really count. So it is a 13-day cruise, but really it's a 14-day cruise. That's a 13. That's really interesting. That would hurt my brain to actually take that and just be like, and, you know, it was Tuesday, well, now it's Thursday. Great. Keep watching that stern, make sure it doesn't drift in too much. Again, a slow and steady when it's like these kind of tight places. You could fit another ship here though, but I'm just excited for another opportunity to go up top, so that's super exciting to me. Here we go.
This is the duty officer speaking from the bridge. We'll be sounding our ship's horn from the forward funnel. For those of you on the open decks at this time, you may want to cover your ears. Again, we'll be sounding our ship's horn from the forward funnel. And for those of you that are on the open decks at this time, you may want to cover your ears. Thank you for your attention.
Just marking our arrival as we normally do. And I don't have much to say in this one, and I do apologize because you're here for two reasons. You're watching the ship, and maybe you're here for my commentary. But it's actually hard because I'm like, that's all that I can talk about is how beautiful the views were. Learning about volcanic rock, learning about volcanic plants. You know, being up in the less dense air and just... It was quite an experience. One thing that I wish that I had done, but I think I was just so exhausted and just... You know, that's just what I was. I was just pure exhaustion. On this trip, every night they had a local expert on for talking about the islands. And I didn't go. Like, there was musical experiences and stuff like that. We enjoyed the ship itself and did other things and were there as a family, but we really didn't do that. And I kind of regret that because that was some of the only times that I would have been able to do that. And it's my own fault. It's just, like, dang it. Missed opportunity. So, we shall hope that in the future, it'll be better. I'll make better decisions. Alright, gonna push ourselves away from the dock just a little bit because I don't know where that boundary is. Just to keep ourselves going straight. Okay, time to bring us down to 0. And we'll get ourselves docked here. And that'll be, it feels like an ending of a chapter, but I know we have so much more to do. We still gotta leave, and we still gotta, get to Honolulu, but still neat. Alright, let's put it in here. Getting down. Over. Just gonna watch, see how much it'll give us. We're at 0 movement in the water. Man, you're giving us nothing, huh? If anything, you're moving away. Yeah, I guess we are fighting a wind, but still. That's it, huh? Dang, I wish we could get closer, but it's better than it could be. We have had worse for approaches, so let's just check that. Let's make sure those are all clicked out. Let's drop that. We can actually turn off our nav lights because we're here. All lines are at least on the dock, so that's a win. Let's pop back in. And we're here on time. They still got to clear some customs and everything, but we're pretty close. So I'll take that as a win. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Captain Zach speaking to you from the bridge, and good morning. Welcome to Maui. That is right, everybody. We are here at our final destination where you can stand on top of the world if you choose to, here in beautiful Maui. We have a long day here this evening. We will be here until 11 p.m. All aboard time is 10:45 p.m. Make sure you set your clocks 10:45 p.m. is our all aboard time this evening from Maui before we head back to Honolulu for tomorrow morning. Whether you stay on the ship or you go ashore, we hope that you have a wonderful day, and if there's anything we can do to make your day more magical, find one of our cast members and just let us know. Enjoy your day, everybody. Alright, see, that one went a little bit better. It could have been worse. Take it as a win. But again, another one of those where we didn't have a cut coming in, so hopefully you guys are able to see how that all kind of worked and thought it was neat. Feel free down in the comments, tear me apart because I did everything wrong. I do not care. But that's going to do it for this one, everybody. Welcome to Maui. We'll see you next time while we're standing on top of the world. But if you enjoyed this video, we do try to get a video out here on the channel every single day, and we really do appreciate your continued support. But with that, I thank you guys so much for coming out to this one, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.